Hello, this is Top Stories on Viewer Television. I am Deborah Ndukaife. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has appointed new service chiefs, Inspector General of Police and Controller General, Nigeria. A statement by Mr. Willie Bassi, Director, Information, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. A former theater commander, Operation Hardin, Kai, Major General Christopher Musa, has replaced General Lucky Rabo as the Chief of Defense Staff. Similarly, Major General Tarid Lagbaja is now the Chief of Army Staff. He replaced Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya. Air Vice Marshal H.B. Abubakar was appointed as the Chief of Air Staff in the place of Air Marshal Oludayo Amao, and Rear Admiral E.A. Ogala will take over from Vice Admiral Awa Gambo as the Chief of Naval Staff. Also, Deputy Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has been appointed as the acting IG, while Major General Epa Udiande is the acting Chief of Defense Intelligence. Nuhu Ribadu, who was appointed last week as the Security Advisor to the President, has been elevated as National Security Advisor. President Bola Tinubu is expected to leave Nigeria today to join world leaders in Paris, France on Thursday to review and sign a new global financial pact that places vulnerable countries on priority list for support and investment following the devastating impact of climate change, energy crisis, and the after effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. The president will participate in the two-day summit, June 22nd and 23rd, that will explore opportunities to restore fiscal space to countries that face difficult short-term financial challenges, especially the most indebted, mobilize innovative financing for countries vulnerable to climate change, foster development in low-income countries, and encourage investment in green infrastructure for the energy transition in emerging and developing economies. And now the naira slumped further to the dollar after closing at 770 naira per 38.38 per dollar at the end of trading on the investor and exporter forex window. According to figures obtained from the FMDQ on Monday, the trading rate had closed at 686.96 naira per dollar on Friday. Trading opened at 703.50 naira per dollar and hit a high of $799 naira per dollar before closing at 770.38 naira per dollar. The import and export forex window recorded a total turnover of $78.03 million at the end of trading on Monday. The Central Bank of Nigeria last week directed deposit money banks to remove the rate cap on the naira at the import and export window to allow for a free float of the national currency against the dollar and other global currencies. Now, the National Industrial Court declared that the order barring the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress from embarking on their planned strike subsists. The court also, as a result, ordered the parties to maintain the status quo and adjourn the matter until July 20th for a hearing. Recall that on 7th of June, the NLC and TUC had planned to embark on a nationwide strike in protest of the fuel subsidy removal. The federal government, in reaction, instituted a suit to stop both unions, stating that the proposed strike might gravely affect the larger society and the well-being of the nation at large. The court adjourned for the proceedings till June 20th. President Bola Tinubu has approved the immediate dissolution of the governing boards of all federal government parastatals agencies, institutions, and government-owned companies in the exercise of its constitutional powers in the public interest. In view of this development, and until such a time new boards are constituted, the chief executive officers of the parastatals, agencies, institutions, and government-owned companies are directed to refer matters requiring the attention of the boards to the President through the permanent secretaries of their respective supervisory ministries and offices. And the Labour Party and its presidential candidate Peter Obi on Monday again accused the Independent National Electoral Commission of frustrating its petition challenging the result of the February 25th presidential election. Their lawyer, Jubrin Okutekpa, complained to the Presidential Election Petition Court in Abuja that all the documents they asked for, INEC has refused to give them. Okutepa claimed that despite his client had since paid the necessary fees demanded by INEC for the documents, the electoral umpire had refused to make them available. But INEC's lawyer, A.B. Mahmood, insisted that INEC never denied the petitions of any document. The federal government confirmed that it had commenced the implementation of the payment of 7.5% value-added tax on automotive gas oil, popularly called diesel. Officials of the Nigerian Customs Service and Federal Inland Revenue Service confirmed this in Abuja, stressing that AGO was not exempted from the payment of VAT based on the VAT Modification Order 2021. The development was, however, condemned by Nigerians who pointed out that citizens were still trying to adjust to the hike in the pump price of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, not knowing that plans had been perfected to further raise payment for diesel. Organized labor and the federal government agreed on an 8-week deadline to trash out all contentious issues and implement the resolution arising from the demands of labor. Recall that immediately after President Bola Tinubu announced that the removal of the fuel subsidy on May 29th, organized labor threatened to go on strike, alleging that the government did not put in place measures to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. The president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, and former world richest man Bill Gates visited President Bola Tinubu at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa in Abuja. The visitation was part of the Gates Foundation's commitment to work closely with communities and leaders to support innovation. And that's all on Top Stories. Many thanks for watching. I am Deborah Jakaife. Please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs.